Gosh, I'm about to put my hair up in a minute, y'all.
All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. We 30 minutes late, but I got some of my favorite Cowboys fans on here with me. So, y'all ready?
Let's go.
Because it sounds like the Cowboys are ready.
Let's do it.
Let's
So,
go,
look,
Cowboys!
yes, sir. So, just today, the Cowboys have signed Dante Fowler, Ronald Jones. I hope I don't mess this guy's name up. Chuma Edoga and Rico Dowdle. And that is in addition to what we already have with Stephon Gilmore, Brandon Cooks, and did I forget anybody else? Well, we signed Cooper Rush and Leighton Vander Esch.
Right.
So let's talk about it. Dalton Schultz, I want to talk about him first. It's a reported thing that he turned down a 3-year, $36 million offer from Dallas. I don't know if that's true, but if he did, he played himself.
He fumbled the bag.
He played himself. All right,
Yes.
Hot Rod, I see you.
Hey, look, man. This is what I feel about Schultz, man. Schultz can't block a parked car. And he has always been an average tight end. He's not dynamic. He can't block. I mean, he can't block my grandmother. So he needed to go. He needed to go. I'm glad we didn't resign him. You know, I mean, he did okay for us, but I think we can get more out of the tight end position. Either A, be more dynamic, or B, be a great blocker. I want both, but to me, he was neither. He was average. He was steady. So I don't think he was worth the money. So I like the tight ends we have. The two young guys, Hendershot and Ferguson, especially Ferguson. Fergie, he can go. Fergie can go. Hendershot is nice too. So let's roll with the youngest. It's a youth movement, man. You know, they're definitely both more athletic and dynamic than Schultz. So I think now that he's gone, they're going to get more of an opportunity to play, and I think they're going to shine.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was the first thing I was thinking about, Rod, was the whole blocking. Like we talk about that with running backs and get on running backs and we're like, oh, he not blocking and he can't do this and that. I think it's the same with the tight ends. That's important. That's key. That's part of your line. That's part of protection for your quarterback. And Schultz is, to me, is a dime a dozen. He doesn't have that wow factor, that special factor. So yeah, see you later, Schultz. Talk to you later. Let these other youngins come in and see what they can do, and I think go from there. Possibly in the draft, maybe pick up someone down the line, but I think we got a good shot with the two that we have. And I think play calling wise, I want to see something different with our tight ends as well. I don't think we use our tight ends like we should have or should be using them. So, give me two tight ends, give me two sets. So I'll be interested to see what go on with that too when it comes to the play calling for the tight end. Because we all know a tight end is the quarterback's best friend. So
that's the point I was going to hit on, because we don't never do these two tight end sets like everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? I love that. So if we can use both the young boys we got in there, run some plays with them. And with this draft this year, it's like so heavily loaded with tight ends. You know what I'm saying? So even if we had to, we can turn around and get a good tight end in the third round, fourth round, something like that. You know what I mean? And I think we still should do that. So I think we'll be okay with tight ends. I did not mind at all getting rid of Schultz because he couldn't, like I said, like Harvard said, he could not block. You know what I mean? And that's a big part of being a tight end in the NFL, is that you got to be able to block. You got to be able to protect your quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to help with the run. And he was not doing that. So he can go. So now he's, in my home, now he's out in Houston. So let him go and enjoy that. And then let Houston suffer from the issues that we was having to deal with.
And isn't he at Houston with a rookie quarterback, or the second year was Mills?
He was a second year guy, but they're probably going to end up drafting a quarterback.
one. Yeah. That's what
They
I was thinking.
either getting Strode or the other guy. I can't remember his name. Yeah, so
Yo, Schultz is a bum. He was a bum. He been a bum, and not only is he a bum, but now he chose that he's stupid as hell. You gonna turn down a bad 36 million, but see this too confident in himself. He forgot that the only reason why he even got in the position he was in was because Jarwin went down. That's the only reason why. And he and as far as the double tight end set, man, I've been wanting that ever since we got the Bennett. When we got Bennett and everything, and I thought that we were going to do that with Bennett and Witten, but it would be nice to use them young boys and go to a full house set where you got both of them tight ends behind the line of scrimmage with that running back. You could flare both of them right and left, and those are extra weapons coming out the backfield. Like, Porky Pig got to do better with the play calling and stuff, man. I don't know why he even made himself. I don't even know why he even made himself. I don't know, but the two tight ends we got, man, like I love them. So it's like I don't getting a tight end in the draft is not like a must, but it would be nice just to add that depth to it. You know what I'm saying? But I really feel like going to that full house formation would add another dimension to our offense where really you got them back there with either Ronald Jones or with whoever. We could be dangerous because you don't know, off the play action or, it could be short yard. It could be anything. You could do so much out of the full house, the full house formation. So that's how I feel about the tight end, man. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Well, y'all know how I feel about that dude. He's a straight bum. So.
Hey, LeVar, to piggyback on what you were saying, you're absolutely correct. Because, man, I would get so frustrated because we would run 2 and 3 tight end sets, and we'd be moving the ball, boom, 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 down the field and score, and then next night we go away from it. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, they can't stop us when we run it, even with the 3 tight ends we have that can barely block, but still, we still moving down the ball because we're confusing the defense. And then we would just go away from it. You wouldn't see it for the rest of the game. Man, in fact, you wouldn't see it for another 2 or 3 weeks. So that was the most confusing thing to me. That's all I got, man. But yeah, hopefully, man, like you said, we pick up another, a nice tight end in the draft, man, second or third round, and we just keep rolling, man. So hopefully, McCarthy, he got something in his bag for us. So all we can do is pray.
It sounds like we're all in consensus. It's like, bye, Dalton. See you later. Thanks. Thanks for the memories.
Well, all right. So hold on. I got one more thing before we move off of Dalton Schultz. Now, remember, Dalton Schultz seemed like he took Cole Beasley's spot as Dak's security blanket, right? Yeah, so that's the only thing I was wondering about. Like, maybe we need to keep him because that's Dak's security blanket. LeVar, I see you got your hand up.
Because nobody knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? It's when you got somebody that you're unfamiliar with or whatever, kind of hard to plan for. You notice when other teams started to see that he was a big part of our offensive plan, that's when the real Dalton Schultz showed up. And now the real Dalton Schultz got to get the hell out of Dallas, which he's gone, and I'm glad. And that's all I say with that. So that's the only reason why. Because, with Cole Beasley, even though you knew who he was, speed is speed. Them dig routes or them dig and them zigs, it was unstoppable. He was so fast. Man, Dalton ain't got that. So, he just don't. So now that people got familiar with him, man, when he go to Houston, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Where it's gonna be, it's gonna be like the Carol Burnett show out there, man. Straight up. All right, that's all I
That-
got to say. But I ain't saying no more about that bum. Man,
but that
no.
is a good point though, that no one knew, and that's why he probably was Dak's security blanket, because
Right.
people was not really covering him or giving him, I guess, that needed respect that we talk about. And so he was Dak's go-to when no one else was open, and he was Dak's security blanket because I didn't know of too many drop balls that he had going on. So at the end of the day, as a quarterback, when you being rushed, we just said a quarterback and tight end combination is key, and obviously it just worked for them. But not saying that it can't work for the other ones he had. He just had more practice and more games with Schultz than the other ones. So that's what we're going to go into this season, in preseason and everything else, in training camp, and start working with these other youngins. And I think at the end of the day, Dak will find that other security blanket that he can find. He need to find it in our receivers a little bit more, but we'll get on that one.
Facts.
Yeah, I just don't want him to start forcing it to nobody though. That's my only issue what I have with him, because sometimes he gets, I don't know, trigger happy and stuff like that, and that's how you get all his interceptions. So I do hope he does find like security blanket, like you said, in Ferguson and stuff like that, and that works out. But or maybe we can start using our running backs more in the backfield. More throwing more out to them. Yeah, we start doing that more. That might work, because honestly, going into this year, it was up to me. Dak would only throw between 20 to 25 times in a game. He wouldn't throw any more than that. We need to start like really running the ball a whole lot more than what we're doing. That's why, I know we're going to talk about that later. That's why I have somebody who I want in the draft, who I prefer. So hopefully that happens. But who I want is Bijan Robinson.
Everybody wants him.
I want him. So we have him along with the running backs we already have. Dak is no reason Dak should be throwing more than 20 times a game. It shouldn't.
And we'll stay on that topic. What you on? That's when Dak was at his best, right?
Yeah.
When we ran the ball, and that's what Big Mike said, or AKA LeVar. What you call him? What do you call him?
He called
Big Piggy, Miss Piggy, or something, whatever he called.
Who y'all talking about?
What you call Mike McCarthy?
What did you call Mike McCarthy?
That's Porky Pig.
Porky Pig. But that's when Dak was at his best, though, when we had that good running game, right?
Yeah, but you know what?
Yes.
The thing about it is like that was the most important part of our offense. That was the NFL's kryptonite. Our running game opened up the play action, and nobody was more dangerous in the play action than that. Nobody.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And rolling out that pocket. Stop.
And rolling out that pocket, because they wanted Dak to be a pocket passing quarterback. They wanted him to be a Tom Brady and the next whoever. And I blame, that's where you have to start blaming coaches for that. Because at the end of the day, you're supposed to know your players. You're supposed to know what works for your players. Did y'all not watch the college tapes? That's what Dak did. Dak is good when he is rolling out, throwing off of that foot, making plays, and also making him feel comfortable that he can do audibles at the line. Because at the end of the day, I still think Dak is still afraid to change up plays because of whatever was being told to him on the sidelines. And you've 7 years in, goddamn it, you better tell them, fuck you. I'm about to audible this shit and make the plays. It's just a quarterback should not be throwing fucking 40. That is too much. Too fucking much. You hear me? So of course you want to have an interception ratio up here.
Hey, for you to say that, because ladies and gentlemen, this is the biggest Dak fan.
You motherfucking right.
For you to say that, I needed to hear you say that he doesn't need to throw the ball 40 plus times.
Oh, no.
Right?
No.
Right, I agree.
No, he could be dink and dunk all day. Tom Brady won Super Bowls off of dinking and dunking. So you can dink and dunk all you want to, as long as the chains are moving and them first downs and touchdown, you dink and dunk me all day. I don't give a hell about that. Because I know people talk about that too. Tom Brady got about a few Super Bowls with that shit. So
yes, he does. Yes, he does. Hold on, we got somebody that commented named Jeff. He says, I think we will move up to get Bijan. I don't think he's there at 26. So Keith, since you want Bijan, do you think we should move up in the draft to get him, or just stay at 26 and take what we get? I see you, Hot Rod.
It depends on how high we got to move up.
Okay,
that's my thing. If we got to move up, if we see that we got to move up into the early teens or something like that, that's going to cost way too much. But if I say like, okay, we can move up to maybe like 18, 19, something like that. You know what I mean? I'm willing to do that because that might only require us giving up like a 3rd round pick or something like that, maybe.
Okay.
Or like 4th round or something like that. Then I would do that for him. You know what I mean? But if I got to give up anything astronomical for this dude, nah, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait and get the dude from Alabama. You know what I mean? Even though you saying that they might be similar running backs, but you know, I like him too. But I just like I said, John is who I want. That's who I want.
Look, that's what he just said. What about Gibbs in the second? So I don't think Gibbs is going to be there for us in the second. So we might, you might have to. If Bijan is gone, you might have to take Gibbs at number 26. Is that too high for Gibbs?
I'm fine with Gibbs, but my thing is the way we're kind of like, we talked about it earlier, the way we're kind of like picking up free agents and everything like that, we don't necessarily have to draft for need. We're just going to have to just go with the best player available. So like, even if it's not a running back in the 1st round, you know what I mean? If they decide like, hey, well, we got this offensive lineman right here. He's like the best offensive lineman left on the board. Let's get the dude. You know what I'm saying? Or we got a tight end we can't pass up or something like that, or a wide receiver that it's like I can't miss. I wanted to go ahead and go with that. Go with the best available player. I'm down for that, but I don't want us to give up too much to get Bijan. But like I said, that's the guy. If I had anything to say about it, that's who I want.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? If we got it, that's what I want. I'll be satisfied with Bijan, offensive lineman, and the rest is defense. I'll be good.
Look, I think if Bijan is there at 26 and we take him, I think they'll say we killed the draft just by that one pick. But I don't know if he's gonna be there at 26 though.
Yeah,
but Hot Rod, I see you waiting. So go ahead.
No. KJ cleared it up because I was like, wait a minute. Because I mean, Gibbs, I thought that'd have been too rich for to be in the 1st round. But like you said, like to piggyback what KJ said, if Bijan is gone, if we got a nice lineman, a guard or center that's there in the 1st round, or a big nose tackle, somebody, a big run stopper, take them. You know, I'm all about linemen, so it's all about the trenches. So we get a big boy up front, offensive defense, instead of Bijan, I'm fine with that. Even you know, I like the tight end from Alabama. If he's there in the 1st round, I'm snatching because he's another tackle.
Wait, what's the name of the tight end from Alabama?
Oh man, hold on.
Because I know it's Dalton Kincaid is one.
This dude is he's like 6'7", like 280.
Right, that's the Grunt count.
Yeah.
Right. So LeVar, while he's looking that up, I'm gonna unmute you, and you go ahead and say what you got. But before you go, somebody on here also, Cedric Franklin said, in order to have that good running game, you need to have a great offensive line. Offensive line, you know it. All right, LeVar.
Well, my thing is, you could tell that's what Dallas. See, I'm saying the way that Dallas has went to the free agency and got Ronald Jones and things like that. I'm feeling that they're already thinking that they're out of that sweepstakes of getting that running back that we all want. So they're preparing for that. And I really feel that what they're doing is with Pollard, with Jones, whatever, they're going to solidify that offensive line in the 1st round, because I feel like I really feel like the reason why they went and got Jones and they're signing running backs in the free agency is because they want to cover themselves just in case they can't get the running backs that we all want in that draft. You know what I'm saying? Like Kay said, it might be too much to go up, and he might not be there at 26. So therefore, it seems like the Joneses is covering themselves in that situation, just in case the scenario falls like that or whatever. So, and like I'm with Hot Rod, like yo, if we can get a bull on either side of the ball or whatever, I'm for that. I'm for that. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Because with any offense, if you got a good offensive line, Darren McFadden proved that.
Yep.
Darren McFadden didn't have 1,000 yards in a season until he came to our offensive line.
That's right.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You get that offensive line right. You can have Walter Payton minus 2.0. You know what I'm saying? You can have that. You know what I'm saying? A productive running game. So
look, you can have Joseph Randall, right?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You can have people that steal draws get you know what I'm saying, get yards like that. I mean, hey, like whoever said that in the comments, that's important. Solidifying both sides, the offensive line and solidifying that defensive line, man, is like the two most important things to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school. Start from the front, work your way to the back.
Yep.
Man, I like this name. This guy said his name is King Tut Brown. He said Jameer Gibbs if Robinson isn't there. So everybody wants the running backs, man. I want O-line, but y'all want running backs.
I'm not into. Well, first of all, I'm a defensive type of gal, anyways, and I agree with the whole. I mean, by the way, folks, I'm a huge DeMarcus Ware fan here, so you'll probably hear me talk about him on every podcast. I'll throw him in there somehow, some way. But for right now, no, I agree with the defensive line, but I will tell you one thing that burns me up about us too on defensive wise is that fucking secondary. We cannot, I'm telling you, first of all, we don't have anyone that's a present in the middle to make teams scared to throw in the middle. If y'all ever watch us, 3rd 15, 3rd 20, 3rd and 30, teams are picking up first downs and it's always right in the middle of the field. Always right in the middle of the field. We don't have a presence like that. And I'm old school too, LeVar. I remember them days back when motherfuckers were scared to throw in the middle of the field because they knew they was going to get popped.
Right.
We don't have that. Cornerback wise, a lot of times I feel like our cornerbacks are too short. Receivers are tall as hell now.
Right.
And our cornerback.
Well, some of that goes, Danny, because every time somebody hits somebody, they throw a flag and say it's roughness, unnecessary roughness.
But how hard is it to turn your head around, though? Like, at least play it off.
Right. Look, that's why they got Gilmore because Anthony Brown wouldn't turn his head around.
I was happy about that. And Anthony Brown, I'm sorry about what happened, but he was a thorn in my ass, man. When I tell you every time Anthony Brown, like, turn your head at least, play it off, do something.
Right.
I'm so sick of Anthony Brown.
Cedric Brown said, "Don't forget we still have Malik Davis."
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up because he just said that, and that's why I was kind of confused why we picked up this guy today because we have him and I kind of like him, but that's why when we talked about it earlier, I was like, yo, how much are they paying this guy? When I was like, oh, okay, they're only paying him $1.5 million. Right. And okay, that's just like. That's nothing. They just trying to get some bodies in this point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They kind of fill the roster out. So I was fine with it after that. But I do kind of want to see what Davis can do. I ain't even gonna lie. But I'm not passing up on Bijan if he's there. But I do want to see what Davis can do. I ain't gonna lie.
Right. If we draft Bijan, Ronald Jones or Donald, one of them gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. They would be cut off the bat. They were like, "Oh yeah, well, yeah, we paid you, but have a nice day."
Look, hey, Danny, this guy Jeff says That is a Hall of Famer Ware with 3 explanation points. You done started something up talking about
Oh,
DeMarcus
yes.
Ware. All right, so next we good with the tight ends, right?
Yeah.
We good at tight end. So the next topic we're gonna talk about is something that happened Sunday, and we haven't been on since Thursday. So let's talk about Brandon Cooks. We finally got some speed on the other side of CD Lamb. What y'all think about that? Who want to go first? KJ? All right.
I was gonna say ladies first,
Okay,
Ladies
all
first.
right, Danny, go, Danny.
Ladies
Look,
first.
I was
Appreciate
going
that,
the way I was
KJ.
going the way it is on my screen, so I was going
No, thank
clockwise.
you,
Go ahead,
KJ. We
go
gotta
ahead.
keep
Let's
Phil.
go.
We gotta keep Phil in order here. Appreciate that.
Let me get my drink.
No, all I was gonna say with Brandon Cooks, at the end of the day, how is that a bad thing? You got a wide receiver who 1,000+ yards, been in the season for 8 years, 1,000+ yards, maybe what I saw 6 out of the 8,000+. All you're doing is adding more depth and more something for Dak to be able to go to, and someone for Dak to be able to go to. We talked about early with the tight ends and Dak having some type of cushion because we thought that what T.Y. Hilton was going to bring. And again, I know we're going to talk about T.Y. Hilton, but he's another one I think we should keep around for another year. But we'll have that conversation later. But I have no problem with it. And look who we got rid of for him. What was it? Noah Brown? And did we not just talk about LeVar's favorite person, Schultz? Was it? I mean, I think we came out good in the end, right? You bring a vet, and I think someone said before, and I don't know who said it, but we need them vet present on the field. And you can't get no much better than what we got him for. So I like it. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Well, piggybacking off of her, remember what I was talked about it, Phil. We basically traded, in my mind, like we traded to get Cooks for Noah Brown and like a 6th-round pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm cool with that. I would do that all day long. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I like Cooks, even though I ain't gonna lie, I really, really, really wanted D-Hop. You know what I mean? I wasn't willing to pay the money for OBJ. No way he's worth $20 million coming off of 2 ACL surgeries. I was not doing that, even though I wanted him. But I was just like, if he was willing to go for like maybe $6 million or something like that, maybe a prove it deal, cool, I'll do that. But he ain't willing to do that. He's just, he's above himself or whatever. So I wanted D Hop, but then D like LeVar was saying, like D Hop and CD is kind of like similar players and stuff like that. But and I was not willing to give no 1st-round pick and risk not getting Bijan. I was not trying to give up no 2nd-round pick and the player to get D Hop, even though what I mean. So the fact that we only had to give up Noah Brown and a 6th-round pick, basically to get Cooks, I'm perfectly fine with that. He complements all the other wide receivers that we have. Speedy wide receiver, you know what I'm saying? We don't really have a true deep threat. Now you gotta work. They're gonna have to slide the safeties over onto his side. We're gonna be able to keep a guy with CD one-on-one, and then don't let you bring in our 3rd guy back in there too. Oh, and then we got oh my God, our offense is gonna be explosive. You know what I mean? Especially if we get Bijan. So
and guess what? You still didn't even mention Gallup. Because like one
no,
of the comments said,
he's
like
that
one of
3rd
the
guy.
comments said, Gallup is going to be healthy this year. King Tut. Every time I see this name, King Tut, I'm like, I gotta say what he said. So he said Gallup will be healthier this year. So, in my opinion, D Hop is similar to the skill set of CD Lamb. Gallup has the skill set similar to OBJ. But what we didn't have was that speed, which is Brandon Cooks. So that's the thing. That's why I wanted to get Brandon Cooks. Plus, we only gave up a 5th-round pick for him. Man, you can't beat that. So Danny, you're right. It's six out of 9 years. He's been in the league 9 years.
Okay.
So 6 out of the
Still
9,
good,
he's
right?
got
Still
a
good,
1,000
right?
yards. Yep. and a couple of those are playing for the Houston Texans.
I mean, come
Right.
on. It's not rocket science here.
Yeah, yeah.
Great pickup.
All right, so we're gonna
notice,
go to Hot Rod first.
yeah, whenever you notice that when we were playing teams, how they was steadily creeping closer and closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
No one respected us as far as speed and everything. They was like, you know what, we're gonna stop the run game, we're gonna force Dak to throw the ball, and your receivers can't beat us. Well, speed scares the shit out of a defense. So now you got a guy that can take the top off, gonna back everybody up. Because all you gotta do is play action one time, throw it up, bombs over Baghdad. Let's go back to defense. That opens up everything, like y'all was saying. Opens up CD, opens up the tight ends, open up Gallup. But more importantly, it's gonna open up that running game because you cannot put that eighth man down in the box no more.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean?
We got a speed demon now, and they refuse to use Turpin, so we might as well get him. All right, LeVar, ready? You ready? Talk about Brandon Cooks. What you think about Brandon Cooks?
Oh man, I mean, that was like, to me, like I said earlier, it was a sneaky move, sneaky great move, because you know what I'm saying. When you talk about Brandon Cooks, you don't put him in the category with the OBJs and the Hopkins and stuff like that. So you know he wasn't getting that much airplay, far as the respect that Hop and OBJ was getting. Like this dude here changes the game. Like for real, he changes things. Like he's a chain mover. You know what I'm saying? And plus, most importantly, he wants to come somewhere where he feels in his heart where he can win. It's just like going to a job where you working and you doing $30 an hour worth of stuff and you only getting paid minimum wage. You know what I'm saying? It's like now he's with a team where he feels that they can do some things. And that will bring the best out of it. I mean, like I said on the last joint, it was a big difference between Randy Moss with the Raiders than Randy Moss with the Patriots. A big difference. He felt like that he at least had a chance to win something. And Brandon Cooks coming to Dallas is like everybody. There's no way that any Cowboy fan should be mad about this. No Cowboy fan.
But they will be. But they will be, because our Cowboy fans get mad about any and everything.
You know, I mean, they will, because you know, as far as fan base, man, oh man, you talk about crime against each other, like Jesus, like you know what I'm saying?
And they don't understand the cap.
We say Black Lives Matter, but Cowboy fans, shit, man. Like,
what you say, KJ?
No, I was gonna say a lot of our fans don't understand the cap, and they don't understand that. Yo, we can't have OBJ, D Hop on the same team, man. It's just you know what I mean. Some of that stuff that we want is just unrealistic. You know what I mean? Because we got to stick within the cap. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, some fans will play fantasy football.
Yeah, it just don't make any sense. And piggybacking off of LeVar, I know y'all was talking about Turpin. I really do want him to get some more plays than like, what is it, once every 3 weeks or something like that. He was actually getting something. I want him to get some more of that, and I want us to cut Phil's boy. That dude, what's that guy name? His Tolbert. I can't.
Jalen Tolbert. It's too early. It's too early.
He is trash.
Y'all killing me.
It's
too early, man.
Get him out of here.
He's trash, man.
I don't know what he can do.
Right, you don't know what he can do.
I don't know what he can do.
He's a jump ball receiver. He's
he
like
can't even play
receiver.
He can't even do nothing on special teams. What does he do besides sit there and collect the check?
Play special teams in college, though, man.
What round did they pick him in? The second or third?
They pick him in the third round.
They
I know we don't want to give up with this soon, but he is horrible.
Hey, look, man,
You
we
haven't
still
even
hanging
seen
on
him
the
play.
boss man fat, okay? So don't say nothing.
Exactly. Boss man fat ain't okay. Hold on, LeVar want to say something. Hold on. Okay, go ahead, LeVar.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. When you a wide receiver and you can't even run a slant, I'm sorry, man. Like, for real, you can't do nothing for me but get me some water or dump the trash or dude, like, you a wide receiver, you can't run a slant? Come on, man. Come on. Like, hey, K, I'm with you 1,000%. Dude, like,
young boy some time.
I put him in the category with what old boy name? Well, I put him in the same category, Bobby Carpenter.
Oh,
Well, goddamn, LeVar.
Damn right. Bobby Carpenter was a waste. Was a waste. Yo, let me tell you something, man. Tolbert broke my heart. He broke my heart, man. I thought he was gonna be something. But when he got the game, man, I'm gonna tell you, that first time I seen him play, I was like, yeah. I said, this dude gonna be something. And this mother couldn't even run a slant. I was like, what the fuck? What is going on? Nah, it Phil, we gotta get him out of there. We gotta go.
hey, slants are different from team to team, man. He'll get there, man. He'll get there.
Hopefully
All
he'll get
right, Keith. All right, Keith. That's two on your side that want me to get rid of Jalen Tolbert. I say give him one more shot. Give him one more shot.
All right, give him training camp.
Yo, y'all cold blood. So wait, if you want to get rid of him, you getting rid of Boss Man Fat too? LeVar, you getting rid of Boss Man Fat
I'm trying to
too?
win this year. I'm trying to win all these kids.
Hey,
Get
bro.
rid of all the scrubs.
Let me
Hey,
tell you something.
Okay.
boss man fat is a great gunner on special teams, though.
Right. He is.
He's great on special teams. He's a great gunner.
And he's still on his rookie deal, so he's still cheap.
He run like a 4-2, 4-3, so ain't nobody running back punts on him.
Yeah, but
Who said that?
hey,
Is that you, LeVar?
let me tell you something though, man. Yo, when you make Anthony Brown look good, I'm sorry, man. Like, yeah, he was good on special teams. They keep his ass there. Keep him there.
Right,
Because
while he's still on his rookie deal.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, he's on his rookie. Yeah, so keep him. But man, let me tell you something. If he keep covering like he's covering now,
Right.
there's no way in the world there's an option. Do we keep him on an option? What? The only option you got is how you getting out of here, by bus or by plane. You got to go.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man, but when you make Anthony Brown look good, man, that's bad. Sorry.
That's bad. And then and if I can add to that, I think that's our problem too, is we hold on. I know everyone see potential, and we're trying to win now. So you can't keep holding on to players. Yes, he is on his rookie deal, but then guess what's gonna happen? Jerry gonna feel a soft spot like he did for what's name, because I still think Anthony Brown got something on the Joneses, but he's gonna feel that soft spot. And here we go. We're gonna be talking about this 5 years from later. Phil gonna still be like, oh, well, I think maybe, we hold on.
Wait, why y'all gotta go at me like this?
Because it's your shit, Phil, and I don't know.
Right. Anthony Brown and Noah Brown must both have naked pictures on jury. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what Noah Brown was doing on the team so long.
Yeah. And we just hold on to players way too long for me. So it's like, you don't got it, you don't got it.
Right. In the chat, somebody got my back. Cedric Franklin says he'll be better this year. This was a learning year for him.
I'm writing your name down, Cedric Franklin.
Talking about Jalen Tolbert.
I'm writing your name down, Cedric. Writing your name down. We'll come back to the conversation, I bet you.
All right, so look, I think we already kind of talked on this, because the next topic was going to be, we're going to talk about the running back talk for the draft. But we basically already went over that because KJ already let us know we definitely want Bijan Robinson, right?
KJ dropped the mic on that one.
and if he's not there, do we want Gibbs, or is he too small, or is he too similar to Tony Pollard? I'm gonna mute myself and y'all take over.
So I think that since we got Ronald Jones, it's okay to get another shifty back. You know what I mean? We got a hand, we got Ronald Jones, so it's okay. And Pollard, he gonna want some more bread. So if Gibbs can come and do the job, then Pollard becomes expendable after at the end of next season. You know what I mean? So, as far as I feel, running back, don't overpay them. You keep them coming, man. Every 3-4 years, man, you replace them. You know what I mean? Save that money. Spend that money elsewhere. That's all I got on that.
Me personally, I just want to see more of Malik Jones. I wish we would have saw him. It's Malik Jones, right? That's
Davis.
Malik Davis. I'm sorry. I wish we would have saw more of him when the San Francisco game. I was disappointed in that because I thought once Pollard went down that they would have possibly maybe exposed him a little more and let us see what he got, but we didn't even do that, which made no sense to me. It was like, come on, Kellen Moore. That was another reason why I'm glad he's gone, but I would have liked to see him more because no one knows him, right?
Right.
So at the end of the day, you don't know him, and I think that would have worked in our advantage. So I really would like to see a little bit because he, to me, shows a little bit of that burst of speed, like you said, feel kind of Pollard-esque type of what's the name with that burst of speed, that outside that we need more of. So I don't know. I liked him in postseason, preseason. I don't know. We'll see.
I like it. Hold on, LeVar. Okay, go ahead, LeVar.
Yeah, I agree. With Malik Davis, he's like that tweener. He reminds me of that dude Robert Smith that he's played for the Vikings. He's not crazy big, but he runs big. You know what I'm saying? He runs with an attitude. You know what I mean? And I just think, and like Hot Rod said, we're getting Ronald Jones. You could kind of open up and get another scat back like Tony Pollard or whatever. And like I said before, Phil, I said this before. The problem I had with the Joneses is that, is they never find a successor for a player that they had. They never address that. You know what I'm saying? So keep the running backs fresh and keep them coming in. You know what I'm saying? And you won't have that problem. Don't hold on to them too long and run the wheels off them, and then we have that problem again. As long as we keep addressing the issue, it's not an issue, but just keep rotating them in and out, every 3 to 4 years. You know what I'm saying? When you see the one that's ready to expire, you got one that's coming up. Just keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing like wait until they're 1,000 years old and all of a sudden you want to find, a replacement or whatever, man. They wait too long to find their successors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Way too long. And that goes on both sides of the ball.
Exactly.
Way too long.
It's like keep them fresh. Keep them rotating in and out. You know what I'm saying? It's a physical game. You can't expect them to last forever. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Zeke kind of like, the Cabo shit with me.
I'm not about to say Zeke Cabo. That's Cabo.
Yeah, my thing is, if you keep them fresh, like Rod said, just keep them going. Keep them going. While you see the one dude that's almost to the end of his contract, go ahead and start playing on getting your other your successor for him. Because you never know if you have to give that dude that bag because of the player that he is. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
So that's how I feel about that. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And I know y'all are going to drop your glasses and everything, but that's the same way I feel about with our quarterback. As much as I love Dak, I think oh God, here go Rod. Get the hell out of here, Hot Rod. Whatever. But that's the way I feel about the quarterback position too, is you got to have, competition, you got to have someone in there and to come in and compete. Cooper Rush wasn't it. And Phil, Really? Look, I love my quarterback.
I can't believe you say
Me
this.
either. Danny said this.
I'm a
Okay.
sports fan first before I'm a sports fan first. Now, at the end of the
All right.
day,
Do you know
I feel
how
the
many
same way
times you
about a
fucking-
quarterback position.
Okay. Hey,
But
this
I
is
still
refreshing
fuck my
right here.
quarterback and all
Yeah.
Dak we trust. Well, let's not get it twisted, people.
Right.
However, I'm a
Right.
Cowboy fan. I've always been a Cowboy fan forever. Danny White days Cowboy fan. So I'm for the team. But at the end of the, I mean, a DeMarcus Ware fan, he went to Denver. I still love him. So
Hey, Keith, unmute yourself for a second. The
Okay.
reason
But you
why
know
me,
what?
the reason why me and Hot Rod are looking like this is because she's like the biggest Dak
I know.
apologist. So that's why we looking like. Wait a
I am
minute.
not an apologist. I am not an apologist. I'm a realist. I'm not an apologist.
To D's defense though, I see the passion for her about Dak, and when people attacks him and bashes him.
I'm taking a shot for that. For you, Dad.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I'm not surprised that she's saying that, because most of the time when D is coming for people, it's because of the bashing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like with me, I'm like this, like I'm a bash Dak, and I have bashed Dak, but nobody is safe from me. Nobody. If you mess up, I'm cussing you out. You know exactly. That's
Cussing all of you out. Dak is not on defense. He don't kick. He don't play special teams. That's the only thing. But at the end of the day, y'all, I'm really insane when it comes to knowing what our team needs and knowing Dak. You know, he has his Dak. Look, I never thought Dak was a Hall of Famer or anything, but like LeVar said, I think I defend him more just because I've never seen a player get so much bashing the way that this man gets bashing on top of, and I'm a real believer in just what I do outside of everything, that whole wellness type of piece. This man lost his mother, his brother committed suicide. I mean, we don't know kind of where that mental state. So I think about it outside of the actual game of football. And to have to wake up every day to see people hating you for no reason. Like they go in, they don't talk about him as a player, or I mean, every play is like, oh, look at him. Look, it just gets crazy to me. So that's why I defend him as much. But I do know as a football fan, we need to still in the quarterback position start looking for someone to give him a replacement. Again, it's that 7-8 year clock ticking. But again, I still think Dak has a little bit more time because he came in on his rookie year. He was supposed to wait 3 years behind Tony Romo, and he had to come right in. And he did his rookie season, came and did what he did, but technically he should have been on the bench for another 3 or 4 years like Romo was. So again, I just sometimes don't understand the back and forth with the whole Dak thing.
Yeah, actually, he was supposed to be the third string behind behind Romo and Kellen Moore, but Kellen Moore broke his foot. Yeah.
Same color. You mean that same Kellen Moore that decided to become our offensive coordinator?
The same Kellen Moore.
Oh,
boom.
And Danny is right. And the thing as far as Dak, there's 3 categories. You got your Dak lovers who want to love Dak unconditionally, and Dak can do no wrong. Mm-hmm. Then you got the Dak haters who, no matter what, they just don't like Dak. Some people just didn't like Dak from the beginning. And then you have a few of us, and I fall in that, who are just an objective fan, gonna call it like I see it. He had a great game. He was on his game today, and another game, he played like some shit. It is. So, but
and that's fair.
Yeah, but Danny's right. And and I know this kind of went elsewhere. Like far as that goes, I don't know. Far as when this contract is up, do you pay him more money? You know what I mean? Or do you start looking for, because like quarterbacks are kind of like running backs in a way. You know what I mean? As far as like, Dak already getting what close to, he's making over 40 now. So in another year and a half, are you giving him 50, 55 million a year? And he haven't won a Super Bowl yet? You do that? You know what I mean?
No, there's only one Tom Brady. There's only one Peyton Manning.
Right.
No, I know people try to compare like, oh, well, Peyton didn't start winning his Super Bowls until like his 8 years in, 7 years in, and you cannot. And look, I'm not a fool. You cannot compare Dak to a Brady or a Peyton. So no, Rod, you don't give him that extra. To me, it's now at the core of now you're putting everything in front of him. Now I will say this. I will say that I thought when we had John Kitna, even Romo, when they were with Dak, I think that's important to bring someone in and actually can talk to him and work with him on a lot of the things that he's missing. And I think, again, when Kellen Moore came in, to me, it was a decline because Kellen Moore did not take the time to really get to know his quarterback or his players, period. If you just want to talk about play calling, period. And I think that's important. I think sometimes we do have to hold coaches under the fire because people always say, well, the coaches are not on the field. They're not. But you got to, we look at some games, look like we didn't even practice. And who do you blame that on?
But that's when you blame the owner and the GM because they employed Kellen Moore to do that, though. I never thought he was qualified for the position to begin with.
Right. Well, since I don't know how we got on Dak Prescott, but since you brought it up, Dak next year, because they did this restructuring, because I had to look this up because I like to get technical. So Dak, when they went to that restructure, this is why I always look at everything that they do, and I'm like, wait a minute, the NFL isn't going to give you something for nothing, right? So when they said they restructured all of these contracts, right?
Mm-hmm.
All that means is that they push the money back down the road, right? Mm-hmm. So next year, Dak's cap number is now 59 million.
Whoa!
I think they're anticipating the cap to be higher next year too.
Okay, all right, hold on. 2025 is 36 million, right?
Mm.
And then 2026 is already 11 million on, like, if they were to cut him or get rid of, get a new quarterback.
But
in 2026 is not even on his contract, but it would be 11 million in dead cap space.
But when is the guaranteed money up? That's what you look at.
The guaranteed money is up in 2025 now since they restructured the contract. Yeah. So even though his last year supposedly is next year, they already have moved money to 2025 because they restructured.
You're right, because when they gave him the first contract, they added 2 additional years of this dead year. So that was
So that's why I said every time you see when they say restructured or we got all of this cap space because we restructured this, don't look at that as, oh, good, we got extra cap space. No, they just moving it for another year. And then that's why we always get stuck with all this dead cap space.
Well, because
they always do this.
With restructuring, 2 years,
you're
paying them.
Yeah,
that's what happened with Zeke.
Restructuring is nothing,
right.
It's nothing but patchwork. That's all restructuring is. It's patchwork. Instead of you putting a new tire in your car, you're going to put a donut or put a plug in that tire until you can get one. It's just patchwork.
Right.
We're not going to worry about the money now. We'll go ahead and do the patchwork, do what we can do now, and worry about it the next year. Then when next year comes, it'll be the same dilemma again. We're going to have to restructure again.
But don't you do that? But don't you do that for the reason of what the whole thing with Philly? Like, you do that patchwork because you're like, look, we're going all in. We're going to bring in these people. We're going to get this Super Bowl win. And I think you look stupid when you do all this, like you say, Phil, pushing that money back and it doesn't pan out. What did you get up all this cap space? What is this for? To just be one and done, or to be not only getting our first playoff win and still looking like some shit against a team we should have? I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about the San Francisco game. But at the end of the day,
we should be. We should be.
I'm sorry, I have like flashbacks of that sometimes when we start talking Cowboys because
we should be for real.
This year and last year.
Like there you go, Rod. Exactly. So I look, that's too much. But at the end of the day, we always find ourselves in that hole. Right. You could go from a quarterback to wide receivers. We can name player after player after player that we done got all this money. We got all this money, too, and end up being like, oh well, let's move on. Zeke, I think KJ was the one that just said Zeke. That's where we fell in with Zeke, right? KJ.
Yeah, we had an issue with same issue with Zeke. That's exactly why I don't want to have to be paying these running backs over and over and over again.
I would have never gave Zeke that contract.
As soon as we paid Zeke,
him to kick rocks.
As soon as we paid him,
I would have.
He started going downhill.
Yep.
Definitely we did.
Exactly. And we paid him early.
Mm-hmm.
We paid him early.
That was a mistake.
Fucking early. That's bullshit.
I told him to kick rocks.
As soon as he got on that plane to Cabo, okay. Maybe Mike got a football team down there.
I would have played hardball like Pittsburgh did. What's the name? They're running back.
Le'Veon Bell.
Oh, Bell.
Le'Veon Bell.
Sit out there. I said, well, sit out. I would have paid him that money. There's no way I'm going to pay a running back that kind of money not named Barry Sanders.
Right. Yep. I think they were obligated because they felt like they used the number 4 pick on him. Yeah. So that I feel like they probably feel like we got to get our money's worth out of that draft pick. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Oh, yep. If I could throw, did anyone here, speaking of Zeke, because y'all know Emmitt Smith came out really voiceful about the Cowboys getting rid of Zeke. And Emmitt didn't have a lot of nice words to say about how basically they don't love you, Cowboys. They don't love you. They just use you. Like Smith came out with some shit. And I'm just wondering if anybody else heard about that.
Yeah. Emmitt was a little emotional.
He was, right, Rod?
He was really emotional. Right. That was an emotional tweet, whatever it was. That was really emotional.
He probably still mad about Arizona.
Yeah.
That's true. I forgot about that. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that came from. That came from the fact of how he was treated, and he went to Arizona. Mm-hmm. That was flashback for that cat.
Yeah,
straight up.
Yeah, but I don't know where Zeke gonna end up. He probably maybe he'll go to Houston too.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
You gotta think about it. Most running backs not on a team no more than 4. Maybe. Most running backs don't get a second contract with a team. Think about it. Most of them, majority of them don't. You got generational talent. Like Saquon probably get it. McCaffrey got it, but then they end up trading McCaffrey. But
yeah,
they didn't want to pay him that money.
Yeah, I thought we was going to sign him back for 1 year. I thought we was going to release him and then do a whole little sign him back for like at least a year or some shit. But I guess I was wrong about that.
Well, even Saquon is still. They only gave him a franchise tag. So
yeah, but they got time to negotiate. But
right, but Dallas gave Zeke his second contract before, like you said, Danny, before he was even up.
Yeah. But the difference between Saquon and Zeke, Saquon keep getting hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be paying this guy all this money and he keep getting. I think how many games did he play the year before last and last year? So you can't give nobody no big contract and he can't stay on the field. So if I was them, I wouldn't be paying him.
Especially with the running back position.
No.
Franchise again, I would do like a 2-year contract. I'm not giving them anything longer than that because running backs, man, they don't
Right. You talking about with Saquon, right?
Correct.
Yeah. No.
Right.
They shouldn't pay him. Yeah. So what you guys think about those pickups that we just got, as far as Campbell, Hackins, and everybody else that we got recently?
Oh, you mean who we might be going after, like Calais Campbell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you think? What do you think about all that?
I'll let y'all go first. LeVar, you got your hand? Hold on.
Yeah. That's that dog that we need in the middle. For real. And the thing about Campbell is that not only is he good in the middle, he can also play on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's different packages that you can use with him. He's kind of, you know what? It's like, what's his name? What was his name? Irvin. Irvin was the younger version of Campbell.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Long and whatever, and he got a motor that, I mean, even at the age that Campbell is now,
Mm-hmm.
he has a motor that don't stop. So
Right.
you add somebody like that in the middle, man, or whatever. Yo, I'm telling you, if we gonna win now, if we want to win now, you go get somebody like him.
And that's who I want. That everybody keeps talking about all these different players, D Hop and all these. I was like, get Calais Campbell, man. 6'8".
And one more person. If we don't get Campbell,
Mm-hmm.
get that big boy Robinson.
Who's that?
From,
what is his name? Ashawn Robinson.
oh yeah, yeah. He's in Detroit
He's
now, right?
another one.
Last was Detroit. Okay.
Right. He's another
Yep.
one. Either him, I'd rather have Campbell, but him or Campbell, those are two dogs there, bro. Tell me.
I just
Okay.
want space eaters up front, man. I just want somebody that's gonna eat up blocks and clog up that middle.
Right.
Right.
Let my linebackers roam. Let them go eat. Let them go hunt.
Yep. And don't forget about Hankins. Hankins is out there too.
I want Hankins back. Bring
Okay.
Hankins back, man.
Okay. But
Bring him back.
first, give me Calais Campbell first, though.
Hankins gonna be cheaper.
Okay. Okay.
You Steven like a deal.
That's true. That's very true.
So yeah. So get Hankins. So I want them both. So get Hankins back and to see what you can do, what you can get for Campbell. But definitely bring Hankins back.
See, now you're being greedy now.
But with Hankins though, wouldn't you have to have like get him back? Wouldn't it have to be like a friendly, like free type of contract with Hankins though?
Something like that. A nice look. So everybody that gets signed at this point, they've been hanging out there for a while, so they probably are looking for a deal because they realize that they're not getting what they thought they were going to get. So at this point, you might be able to get some guys at a cheaper price because they've been hanging out there for a while.
They're both in their 30s. I think we can get Hankins cheaper than Calais Campbell because Campbell a name, so we're gonna pay for that name.
Right.
So that's why I say go for Hankins, and then hopefully you can finagle something. But Calais, somebody gonna snatch him up. You know that.
Right.
Somebody gonna snatch him up.
And where's David? Where's David Irving at, man? You can smoke weed now, so why can't David Irving come back?
David Irving is the biggest idiot of all time. Biggest idiot of all time.
That dude out of shape. We don't know him.
Who just playing this, man? I don't want your money, man. Never mind. I'd rather just stay home and smoke weed, man. I don't want
That's
that.
crazy, man.
I don't want 5, 6, 7.
Irvin probably look like me now.
Man, I wish I was 6'7", 290, man.
Right.
For 3 years, that's all I need.
Man,
Even now.
Keith, so Keith, who did you want out of that's still left out there?
It's the same thing. I agree with everything what I was saying. It's like, I definitely would take Campbell for sure. The one thing we've never had in a long time is a big, D tackle. So that's what I want them to focus on because we keep doing this patchwork stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That stuff is obviously not working because we all are, we constantly getting beat in the run. So we got to be able to finally fix that. I mean, we fixed that. We already handled our cornerback play with our trade. Now let's fix that D tackle in the middle. Yeah. And I think we'll be pretty much fine. We can do that, and then the rest, then our draft we'll be good to go. All offensive line, running back, and defense, and we should be straight. I'm good with that.
Cedric Franklin said he's enjoyed listening to us. He's got to go. He lives in the DC area, so he right around with all of us.
That's
and he
what's
said
up.
he got to go see the doctor in the morning. So hope all goes well, Cedric Franklin. Thanks for listening. Yeah. All right. So listen, one of the last topics we had for tonight, because we've been on here for over an hour. It don't even seem like it, right?
Right.
Let's. How about the O line? Are you guys satisfied with the O line, or do you think
No.
we need to? Or do you think we need to address that with some more in the draft?
I want a big 340-pound monster at guard. Somebody that's gonna just push the pile back, man. That's what I want. Give me that boy from Florida.
The boy from. So you talking about O line? Yeah.
O-line,
Okay.
O-line, yeah.
Osiris Torrance, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. No, we need a dog on the O line, man. Yeah,
Yep.
we need. Yeah.
If he's there, man.
Guard.
All right. So listen, if Osiris Torrance is there, and Bijan is there, who you taking?
Torrance.
Who you taking, Keith?
We already know.
You already know who I want to take, man. You know what I'm saying?
But look, if you got your O-line set, you might be able to get the same production out of Tony Pollard, Malik Davis, and Ronald Jones as you do with Bijan Robinson.
I get that. We just get a nice
right?
We just get a nice
offensive lineman. Any of us could be the running back next season.
We get a nice offensive lineman in the second round. You know what I'm saying? It could be
here you go.
That Ronald Jones pickup is making so flexible to get that offensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when you think about it, getting Ronald Jones, and I mean I feel what Kay's saying, but man, I'm telling you, like if we don't get him, we wouldn't be hurting if we get that offensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? Go back to the Jimmy Johnson blueprint, get them big nasty boys up front, and run the ball down their throat. I'm talking about old school, man.
Old school, old school when you pushing the defensive line.
Damn right. Wear their asses out. And that's all we did. It wasn't like Aikman was a Dan Marino or anything like that. That offensive line is what put Aikman in the Hall of Fame.
That's all. Yeah, you go, Rod. I was thinking that. That's all they did.
They had like 3 running backs. They had running back by committee.
Exactly.
Yeah, to include the quarterback. So yeah, yes.
Even them bum ass Skins knew that when they had the hole.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, Kansas City last year.
Right.
And this year, all Kansas City did this year was improve their offensive line. They ain't get nobody.
I don't care how many years go by. The blueprint will always be simple. Get them big boys up front, and let them carry you all the way. I'm telling you.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
We all agree except for KJ, right? KJ with that running back. He want Bijan.
Kay, I'm with you, but Jones kind of like, you know what I'm saying, kind of like make you defer to that.
The Jones, that's where I lie, LeVar. The Joneses, we all know that they don't believe in. Yeah, it's hard to trust them in too much of anything right about now. So
they are.
But KJ, I'm rooting for you now. If we get them now, you would be the first. Yes, I will contact you personally.
Hey, look,
congratulations.
We're gonna go down to Houston with you and have a party with you.
Don't worry, hey, bro. We get them. I'm gonna put one in the air for you.
We all gonna put one in the air.
That's
for
what
you.
I'm like. This for my boy K. Hey, we brought it home for you, K. Shit.
Hey, look, if he is there at 26, though, I'm not gonna lie. You know I love O-line, right? I wouldn't be mad if we take him at 26. You know why? Because I know Philly would take him at 30.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll be stealing them from like they stole Dallas Goedert, right?
Dallas Goedert.
Or they'll try to trade up. Or Phil, they'll try to trade up just to get him.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
And if they trade up, huh?
Didn't Philly leap over us and grab Dallas Goedert?
Exactly. Yes, Rod. That's why I said that. Yes.
Yeah.
And
sure
guess what?
did.
They
Duke,
got
he was
they
gonna
got
get
the
him.
draft capital to do it.
Right.
And
Right.
they
Well, they
can't
haven't
live
picked
that
that number.
down.
Yeah.
Now Philly don't have no draft capital no more because they got a lot of holes now.
Well,
Well, yeah, that's
everybody
true.
jumped the ship. They
Yeah,
try to
half
do
that
that one
defense
year.
gone.
And that's why I would love to be able to talk about that the next time that one they jump and ship. Like, is it worth it? Or do you do the route of a team where you're going to draft and you just know that within the next few years we're going to be Super Bowl bound? There's teams that have just drafted throughout the years, and next thing you know, they win the Super Bowls. But as fans, I think so. I know for me, I'm old school. I'm just it's been since the 90s. Like, we ready to win now. So, and I think Jerry know he about to, not be here too much longer. So I think in Jerry's mindset, he wants one more Super Bowl before, his time is up. So
Right.
I don't know.
So
Jerry
do
is
I.
hard to the whole Jones family is hard to figure out.
Look, we've been building through the draft for 28 years. Look, we need to make a move, man. I'm real impatient now. I'm ready to talk some trash. Some
Feel
real
you.
So think about it. Think about it, Hot Rod. The same way you said you tired of it, just like Danny said, Jerry is what, 80 now?
Yeah.
So he knows, like, I hate to sound morbid, but he knows
Yeah.
he ain't gonna be here for long. But
Right.
We
yeah,
know he on Al Davis time.
yeah, yep. So he wants to win it, and he wants to win one without Jimmy Johnson. That's his main thing.
That's his main
Yeah.
thing, because yes, exactly. Right now he
Yeah.
cannot live that down, because you tell him he was a reason why we were so successful doing the
Yep.
but us true fans really know. But yeah,
Think about it.
that's so true, Phil.
Yeah.
It's the truth. I mean, even when Switzer won, he won with Jimmy Johnson's team. So Jerry trying to take all the credit. But look, dude, look like it was Jimmy's team to me, because you ain't done nothing since then, brother.
That's right. That's right. And look, even Barry Switzer won with Jerry's team, like you said.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. All right. Well, with all of these moves, do y'all think that we going all in this year?
Sure, the chips in, baby. For
It
sure.
looks like
All
it.
in? It looks like it.
Yeah, I think so. It looks like it, only because I've never seen us do this in years. Like, y'all know, free agent wise and all, we always sitting with crickets like, okay, what we about to do? Nothing. Scrolling, nothing.
Right.
Scrolling.
Right.
This has been going on for years and years and years. And again, I just think it's a different move. And I think that they are. I think Jerry wants it now. He's tired of it. He's been embarrassed because Jerry will get out there and talk shit and run his mouth, and then we end up not making it or getting in, make the playoffs, Super Bowl, all that type of stuff. So I think Jerry just all balls to the wall.
Right. Right. That's what it seemed like. Go ahead, LeVar.
To me, I think it's semi. I think this year he's trying something new. And I think that he's trying to see what this year is going to bring. Like, okay, hey, look, I done dipped in the free agency. I done made some big moves. Now let's see where this get us. Now, if these moves turn out to be good, then I think that the following year, if he's still alive, if he's still here, he's going to go all in. I'm talking about like breaking the bank. So I think this year, I think that he's in, but not all the way in. I think that he's trying something that he hasn't tried ever, and see how this treats us or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, looking at, okay, well, look, I done got Brandon Cooks, blah, blah, blah. Damn, well, okay, we did good this year. Well, next year I'm going after everybody I can go after.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what that do, because it's like Danny said, like each year that has went by, we sit back, everybody else they're shopping, and I know because of salary cap too, but they're making all these moves of giving free up money, but don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can make all these moves to free up money in the salary cap, but ain't doing jack with it. So now it's like he's like, okay, well, maybe I should try it and see how it goes. It's like to me this year is a trial run. And if this trial run proves to be, pretty good or pretty decent, then next year he'll be all in.
Okay. But look, if you're gonna go all in, this might be the year to do it because
That's what I'm thinking.
and this is why I'm saying this, because you don't have Tom Brady in the conference anymore. You don't have Aaron Rodgers in the conference anymore. It's basically
Not
us.
official yet.
Yeah, you're right. All right, you're right. I forgot about that. That's but look, he said it's basically us, Philly, and San Francisco in the NFC, right?
Yeah.
If we full
And is
staff,
it
then
really Philly though? Because we'll see if that 1 year stuff works. So is it really
Yeah.
Philly?
But
Possibly, maybe.
here's
we-
my take on it also. Think about it. We got this, like you said, I think it's this year. Because you gotta think about it. CD about up for a contract.
Mhm.
They're going Trayvon almost up.
Mhm.
And Mike is almost. You can't pay everybody.
Right.
You can't pay everybody. They're going with Tyron Smith about to be too old. Martin is about to be too old. So we already in a semi rebuilding of the O line too. I love Dan Quinn. That defense ain't gonna be able to hold on forever. We gotta make the move. It's this year. This is year. Because you can't hold on to everybody. You can't pay everybody. You know what I mean?
So you trying to say you don't think we're gonna be able to pay all three of those guys? I think we'll be able to pay all three of them.
If you do, you're gonna lose everybody else.
I mean, there's no way they're gonna they definitely ain't letting 11 go. They ain't letting 88 go either. So who you got out?
Everybody, you can't keep everybody. Tank getting old. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, you gotta think, man. We got a good mix, but there's somebody key cornerstone. The older guys, like, I mean, when we lose Martin, man, that's gonna be a big hole, man. You gotta think Martin been in the league, what, 10 years now? 10, 11 years?
No.
I wish you still had Frederick.
Oh my gosh. Yes, KJ. Yes.
Tyron Smith was
Yes,
what, 30 now?
Frederick.
31?
Right. I think that Zach Martin is younger than we think because he's just been an all-pro since he's been a rookie.
He's been an
all-pro since he was a rookie. But I do agree, this is the year to go in because
he 32.
Boom.
Zach Martin is?
Zach Martin 32, man.
Okay.
He long in the tooth, baby.
Right.
He ready to get a pension.
Time flies, man. Time
It
flies.
seemed that long. I'm like, damn, 32? Really?
Yeah.
Think about it. He was opening up holes for Darian McFadden.
Right. And DeMarco Murray.
Think about it.
Right.
Romo,
Man.
he was blocking.
Because if you remember,
Dak been a quarterback for 7 years.
He was there when Ron Leary was left guard.
Yep.
Think about it.
And was a youngin.
Right.
Getting
Balling.
So that's what I'm saying, man. How long? I mean, after
Doesn't that go back to our point though that we talk about? We hold on to these players,
right?
We don't start grooming the next one to come up while we still have that veteran player playing to be on the sideline grooming, because we don't do that. We just hold on to them and like, oh well, we'll see what happens once they go.
Then all of a sudden, Zach Martin, and it's like, oh man, what we gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think we all might be in agreement then that we might be drafting an O lineman in the first round, Keith.
Absolutely.
Look at Keith's face, yo.
Absolutely.
He'll be happy though if we get Bijan. But if we get Bijan in the first round, in the second and third round, we better go O-line. We good with that? All right, we good with that. All right. Well, we've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. Thursday, we're gonna come back and we're gonna break down the tight ends, right? We just gonna go draft for a while. Okay.
That sounds
And
good.
unless we come up with some more moves. If we come up with some more moves, then we'll talk about the moves. But other than that, we're gonna concentrate on the draft and see what we think we're gonna go after in the draft. All right.
I'll be there.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Well,
I'll be there.
all right. All right. Well, we'll see y'all Thursday. Y'all hang on for a second. I'm in the broadcasting, but y'all stay on for a second, okay?
Cool.
Okay.
Gotcha.